guys, it's Danny Bell. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today so far. Today we are doing another speed build on our Tropicore Island of Cocobelle 2.0, and I'm really excited because, oh my gosh, if you guys missed the last couple videos, we had the craziest, most bananas villager hunt ever. We ended up finding Faith, who's super adorbs, and oh my gosh, we found Scorpion Island. It was crazy amazing. So if you missed that video, please check it out. Today we're working in this little area near the plaza, right behind resident services. I wanted to create a little bit of a tropical cityscape. Now this island is sort of a hybrid between Tropicore with a little bit of like vacation vibes, and then I wanted the backside of the island to be more brambly and jungly, more of like a jungle core vibe. But this is over towards the front of the island, so I wanted to create sort of a perspective build, making a little bit of a tropical cityscape back here. So let's go ahead and get our construction app started up and get going. I'm really excited. Hopefully this comes together super cute and gives us a nice little view behind resident services. Alright, so I'm thinking for this we want to use quite a few of the simple panels, so if you have some simple panels on hand, I'll be sure to list all of the custom design information in the description of the video for you guys. So as we go along, if you're looking for any of these designs to potentially use on your island, you'll have it readily available. So we're going to need some simple panels for sure. If you want to create this specific type of look, you're going to want to get yourself a lot of the Takanoma item in various colors. Personally, I wanted to choose some of the brighter colors. There's a few variations of that item. They have a really great sparkly sort of effect to them, but they work really well if you're trying to create faux buildings and cityscape type of things. So we're going to be using quite a few of those today. And then whatever items you have in your storage that you'd want to use to decorate the area, like little bicycles and cruisers, scooters, anything like that that you think might be cute to decorate. But you'll see as we go, we've got a few different ideas and they're totally interchangeable with other things. Okay, so first things first, we're sort of filling in this area with a custom design pattern. I love this brick pattern. It's really cute. I love that it has sort of like a tropical vibe to it, but it's a little bit more muted. I think it's going to be pretty versatile to use on the island. I kind of debated and ended up switching out. Oh, we just got bit by a mosquito. That's lovely. But anyways, we're going to be using a lot of this path here on the island. I just like the look of it. I like the floral pieces to it. It's several different pieces, and for this build we're using 5 of the different pieces. I really like this because I think if you can find a nice versatile path for your island, it really does cut down on the number of custom design slots that you have to use on the island itself. So finding something that's interchangeable I think is always a great idea. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're basically creating a second tier level here, and we're doing this 3x10 squares, and then just below that we've sort of created this little patio area. The area just below is just strictly going to depend on how much space you have that you want to use on your island. I tend to sort of work with the areas I have, but just create a second tier right here just like this. If you want to do it exactly like I'm doing it, then use this 3x10 area with the surrounding lower half that's just slightly wrapped around it at a larger scale. Okay, so now we're going to be adding some of the plain party lights here, and I have a few different varieties. Since we're doing a cityscape, I'm going to be alternating the colorations to sort of create the look of either condos or vacation properties that people might stay in if they were visiting a resort island. So that's kind of the idea. So while we are using some of the same colored items like these castle walls, we're going to be using in this really beautiful cream color. We're also going to be interchanging some of the items in front by using different colored plain party lights as well as this green colored Tory. I love this item and I've really been wanting to find different uses for it, so I'm excited to sort of put it into the build today. Yes, I love it. It's coming together nicely. I'll try to give you a few overhead views as we go, but already it's starting to come together. Alright, now we're going to start placing some more of our other items. I wanted to sort of frame this all in here and hide some of the cliff, so we'll probably extend the custom design path that we have here depending on how this goes. I don't know about you guys, but I severely feel like when I'm creating any sort of build, whatever I envision it as, I definitely end up making it a lot larger than what I anticipated. So if you have the extra space, definitely give yourself some room to sort of build this outward as you go. But next what we're going to do is place these Takanoma stands here side by side, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right, but I love this item. It comes in several different colors like I said, and I just like the shape of it and the height. It works really well for creating faux buildings. So if you're looking for a way to sort of fill things in, I know that the antique wardrobe was sort of a go-to for a while before the 2.0 update, but I feel like having these little buildings in this item really works well to create the look of a faux building. So we're doing 6 of those 2x2 side by side in different colors, just because I wanted to vary how each separate section of this cityscape is going to look. And we got bit by a mosquito again. What is going on? I guess I need to put some bug spray on, y'all. I don't know what is up with that. All right, so we're filling this in with some more of the medieval building sides. Like I said, I'm sort of trying to create some variation from one side of the cityscape to the other. You could totally do it in uniform matching colors if you wanted to, but again, my vision for this build is to sort of create differentiation so that it almost looks like 3 different sections of the building as we're going. And I'm moving this around here just because I want to make sure that this Tory is spaced out right in the middle of the second part of the building, and then replacing the plain party lights here on this side. Now I'm sort of thinking for this particular side of the building, I wanted everything to look sort of lighter pink, and then on the other side, more of a toned down tan color, more of a neutral vibe, and then in the middle, maybe like either green or yellow. That's sort of the idea that we're going for. But so far, I'm really liking how this is coming together. I think that it's going to be really nice once we can get everything situated here. Okay, so now we're going to be placing the medieval building sides here right in between the 2 Takanoma items right here. And again, like I said, doing the neutral color on the left, more of a bright yellow in the middle, and then the pink on the right, just to sort of create the look of 3 different apartments or vacation properties here. Now we're going to be using some of the simple panels with various different custom designs on them. I love this little custom design. I found it on the portal. As I said, I'll be sure to put all of the custom design information in the description of the video for you guys. So if you're looking for something like this to use on your island, you'll have it readily available. But I really like how this looks. We have some variations between looking like a cute little cottagey sort of tropical resort here, and then something that's a little bit more upscale here, and then really liking how this little condo area looks on this side. Just having a little bit of differentiation, I think, can add a lot of visual interest when you're creating a build like this, so that it keeps it from looking sort of monotonous and the same. All right, guys, I'm sort of struggling what to do with this area over here on the left. I think we're going to extend this a little bit, but my goal was to really just create a viewpoint right behind resident services, so that as we're sort of approaching, we can see it in the distance. And then what we want to do is add a few little items here and there with different heights. I love this little clothesline here, and then using some of the wood partitions to sort of create the look of little balconies, as well as the park clock. And I wanted to use the scooter. It's got to be one of my new fave 2.0 items, and I definitely plan on using a ton of them on Cocobelle 2.0. All right, working a little bit on this waterscape. It's really not jiving. We're probably gonna have to demolish this bridge, but we'll save that for another day. So again, just working with what I have here until we can sort of sort things out and do a finished product once we have everything how we want it. Looking pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with how this is coming together. Now, one of the struggles is going to be ending this little area over here. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't decided if I'm going to change this area to the left into more of a jungly look, or if we're going to continue on with more of the tropical cityscaping. Let me know in the comments what you're a fan of. Do you prefer the jungle core mostly throughout the island of Cocobelle, or would you like to see more of the cityscaping? I do aim to please, and I want to share Cocobelle 2.0 with you guys. All right, moving on with the build. So we've added this giant or large display case, and I love that there's a customization square here in the middle of this. Now, there's been so many creative uses of this item in the Animal Crossing community. I feel like people have been so amazingly creative, creating storefronts like bakeries and different things like libraries, floral shops, grocery stores, everything you can imagine. I've seen so many awesome uses of this item. So today we're going to sort of incorporate that, but use it to sort of extend this condominium, or I don't know what you call it, maybe like a timeshare high-rise sort of look over here. And I want to kind of create the look of a balcony in the distance. So by using things like this little telephone booth and then also this staircase dresser, I think can create a fun perspective, especially if you're using a lot of different layers with your items. And don't forget, with this giant display case, you can actually place items inside the glass, which I think is a super nice touch when you're creating a look. So for this, since we want it to be sort of at a distance, I'm going to create the perspective with these 2 plants by setting them in here. I think it's going to give the look of a further away balcony that sort of has the plants sitting outside. And I think once we layer a few items in front of it, it's going to look really stellar. Okay, next I think we're gonna do maybe, let's see, a wood partition I think would be really nice here. Again, kind of going with this worn wood look, so everything sort of ties together with the look of this beige brick that we're using with some of the castle arches over here and the castle walls behind. And then just sort of filling in the area. You could use lots of different things in this little square area. If you have the space, maybe a pergola would look really nice here. If you want it to be more open, you could certainly leave it like this. It just sort of depends what sort of look you're going for, and if you like to have a lot more items with a more cluttered look, or if you like to have things sort of spread out. There's a lot of different variations you can use for a build like this. Okay, so now we've added a few little goodies here on the front. I've used the steel trash can as well as this cinema roll sign turned backwards. I thought was kind of cute. I know it's meant more for like a cafe, but if you turn it around backwards, it has this super cute little window with the bunny butt. I love it. I don't know what it is. It's just super cute. I really appreciate that about Animal Crossing. It seems like a lot of the items that they created for the game can look totally different if you turn them around from a different perspective. Okay, so for the finishing touches, I want to fill in this little area here directly behind the plaza, so I thought it would be cute if we created enough of a space with this waterway that we can actually hop across to this area, and then maybe create a little patio area where you can stand and have a little bit of tea maybe, and then sort of just take in the view of this little faux cityscape that we've created here. So what we're going to do is use this same beautiful terracotta brick pattern that we used at the beginning of this build, and then frame it in with the borders, and then like I said, just kind of putting out a few items to sort of space everything in, frame it in all together to create a little walkway leading up to our cityscape. Loving this. So what did you guys do with your area around the plaza? Let me know in the comments what you like to do. It's really hard, in my opinion, trying to find ideas on how to frame in the plaza. I really love, truthfully, when people use different terraforming ideas, and especially if you have a natural island, it's so fun to see what creative ideas everyone in our community has come up with. So yeah, perhaps in the future we'll do an ideas video based on things that you can do to decorate your plaza, but let me know in the comments. I always love to hear from you guys, and I'd love to find out from you what you all did with your surrounding area next to your resident services. Okay, so we're just filling in with the last few squares of this, and I think it looks pretty cute. I think honestly, when you're using a custom design pattern on the ground, it really adds a lot of detail to a build. Even if it seems like it's mundane, once you start placing items on top, I think having the detail of the custom design path can really make a huge difference with the finished product of how a build looks. It definitely gives it a lot of character and lets it stand out from the crowd, so to speak, when you have lots of different custom design patterns on the ground. We're just gonna fill it in with some plants, and I love these cafe tables. Oh my gosh, these bistro tables are like my favorite. I love them. I love the detail of the little coffee cup and plants sitting on top of them, and I think that they really do a nice job filling in a space, especially if you're just trying to find a way to sort of create a look that's city-like and charming, and I just really am glad that we got this item with the update. Just a few more finishing touches with a couple more of the plain party lights and some of the rattan stools, just to sort of give a little seating space, and I think it looks pretty good. I think once we can kind of get these seats in a space that are easy to get to, it's going to be perfect. Yay, I love it. I'm really happy with how this came together. Let's go ahead and turn off of our app here since we're done with our construction, and we'll take a look at it. Yes, I love it, and I love this time of night. What is you guys' favorite time of day in Animal Crossing? I really love sunset time. Right around this time when you can see the pink and purple glow of the sunset is definitely my faves, but I also really like early in the morning when the sky sort of has that green glow to it. Marina's over here checking out our build. Love it. I really like how this came together. I like how the simple panels with the different windows really pulls everything together and sort of creates the look of a cityscape. You can sort of picture just a little bit of a hustle and bustle, even though this is a Tropicore island and it's mostly for vacationers and relaxation. It's kind of fun to think about all of these people hustling off the plane or getting off of a cruise ship to come check out their area here to hang out. I like how this came together with the giant display, and I like the touch of the custom design on the back side of the panel. I think it adds a nice little touch to sort of create a new perspective. And I did end up adding a pergola right here. Again, you could probably do the build without it, but I just wanted a little bit of leafiness and greenness, and I think it adds a lot to the build personally, but you could totally change it up. There's a lot of different variations for that pergola item, so if you wanted something that's a little more colorful, you could for sure choose one of the other ones that are available. Yes, love it, love it. Let's hop across here just to take one more look at our little area right here where you can sit. Really like how this came together. I hope you guys enjoyed this build tutorial. I hope you'll give this a try for yourselves on your island. I always love to hear from you guys. You can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. So if you try this build for yourself, please tag me in your pictures. I always love to see what you guys have been up to. Okay, well that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Wishing you all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.